All right, y'all. Let me tell you how it is. All right, a day in the projects. Now, this is not the projects. This is a cheap house that I live in right now. When I first moved in, it was $500 a month. You know how inflation going, everybody's rent is going up. Over the last 2 years, my rent has went up 2 or 3 times, and now I'm paying like a little over $700, a little under 750, but it's seven something. I tried to pay 700 last time, and they told me I still owe a few dollars, and I was gonna get a late fee for those few dollars that I was owed, and it was gonna give me a eviction notice. And I was like, what? Over a few dollars I paid y'all. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna rewind. I'm from the projects. I grew up in the projects. I'm about to be 42 years old now. Um, I've always stayed either in the projects or cheap housing. I've stayed in a homeless shelter as a kid, maybe 2 or 3 times. I stayed at a men's homeless shelter once when I was an adult. I went to Job Corps and I lived there because I was homeless pretty much. And yeah, I got my life together after that. And but I want to talk to y'all about the projects. All right, I moved out of the projects when I was maybe 10. All right, the actual projects. All right, so I've had worse situations than the projects. All right, everybody think the projects is always the worst. All right, I had good situations, I had bad situations. You can learn a lot from bad living situations. All right, and the people are different. Yes, you got people doing this, that, and the third, which we're gonna talk about. But you also have positive people too. I had one guy. He was one of our friends. I ain't gonna name his name, but he his mom wouldn't let him go outside at all. That's why I listened to the game. The rapper, he got a song called "We Was Outside." Every time I hear that song, he got two songs called "Outside," right? But every time I hear that song, I'm thinking about my dude, right? But dude had a positive mom. His mom had him playing piano, stuff like that. He always learning stuff. She had to do study. We'd go over there and chill with him, whatever. And he couldn't really go outside with us like that. Like you know what I'm saying? Because it was dangerous out there, and I get it. And there was a lot of bad influences out there, and I get it. We was running around doing all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Like 10 years old, going crazy, right? But so we moved out of there, and we moved to. We say we stayed with my grandma. Then we moved to the projects. Then we moved homeless shelter. I forget exactly the order, but we moved to certain different places, right? And so we was always poor, and landlords was playing us too. I remember one landlord, and this is all a true story, right? Just give y'all a little story time. Um, Landlord tried to play us, right? We paid the rent. We was paying him rent. Then he tried to say we weren't paying him, so he ended up kicking us out. And it was a bad record we had, and we couldn't get a place even if we had the money for it. And it was always hard to have money. You know what I'm saying? Um, but even now, as an adult, growing up, getting out of my city, and I've been in South Carolina. I'm from Saginaw, Michigan. All right, I've been in South Carolina since I was 25, 26, since 2008. Okay, this is 2025 now. Um, I got kicked out of a place down here. I've stayed in how many places down here? Moved down here. I'm staying at the hotel for like a long time. Then I was like, I'm spending a lot of money at this hotel. At first, I moved in with some guys who were from where I'm from, and they went to Job Corps, and they was already down here at the job that came down here to get. I got a construction job down here, and it was like one guy, he was from another Job Corps, I think. Let me see, Trevor, Chief, B. So it was three of them, then me, and then my homeboy Tuger. Yeah, so it was five of us in a room for like a minute. And somebody sleeping on the floor, somebody sleeping on a recliner, somebody sleeping, we rotate. Who slept in the bed, who slept on the recliner, who gonna be crunched up this in the morning, all right? Who gonna be crunched up in the morning? It ain't gonna be me. All right, so, or either I pay a few dollars to get the bed, all right? A lot of times I slept in the bed more than anybody. So we'll lights all the bed and all that, whatever. We was young, we didn't really care. So, stayed there. My homeboy, he didn't pass his test, so he had to go back to Michigan. He from Detroit, and shout out to him. And so it was the rest of us, and then two of those guys they moved out and got their own place. So it was just me and my other homeboy. And I was like, bro, we need to, you know what I'm saying? So we splitting this in half. We splitting this bill in half, right? And come to find out, he wasn't really paying. And we stopped paying, and my name wasn't on it. So it wasn't even my room. So I don't know what the deal they had was, but whatever it was, we weren't really even paying. Right? So we gonna end up getting kicked out of here, or we gonna owe big bill. Let's go, bro. And he was like, man, we'll be alright. I'm like, bro, let's go. So we moved to a city called Seneca and got a little cheap place there. And I think it was like $600, $500. It was a lot of places we had. Remember, it was lower back then though. It might have been 5 or 4 or something, whatever. It was a little nice apartment. It was the corner apartment. We're staying at these apartments, right? And I had a dog, everything, man. No, I had my dog when he moved out. Oh yeah, yeah. He had moved out. We had little differences or whatever. We ain't really beef like that, but he cool. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Um, we just had differences. We had my idea of how to live. He had his idea of how to live, and it was just we didn't agree with all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's how it happened. So it was better for him to move, me to have my own place. I have my own place finally. You know what I'm saying? As an adult, my first own place, right? So I was already counted as my own place, but I'm 25, 26, whatever. I forget how old I was. Got my own place. I've always felt like I was an adult since I was 12 because